Hello, friends. My name is Sharad. I'm from Goel Institute of Technology, and the college code is 360. I'm from Lucknow. My topic is fostering entrepreneurship culture in India. As you all know from the topic also, that fostering entrepreneurship or entrepreneurial culture in India means how can we nurture entrepreneurship in India, and what are the basic elements which supports entrepreneurial culture in India, and how can a person become an entrepreneur and how can he innovate and do innovations in the field of entrepreneurship. This is what the topic is all about, fostering entrepreneurship or entrepreneurial culture in India. Let's move to the second slide. Let's see. The topic what I'm going to cover in this are basically I'm going to talk about or learn we're going to learn 10 topics over here. Like I'm going to discuss history of entrepreneurship, entrepreneur versus entrepreneurship. Second, third is importance of entrepreneurship. Fourth is skills and duties of an entrepreneur. And fifth is eligibility criteria for entrepreneurship. Next is top colleges for entrepreneurship in India and abroad. Seventh is types of entrepreneurship. Eighth is government strategies to leverage entrepreneurship in India. Ninth is I'm going to cover also women entrepreneurship, which people very less talk about. Women entrepreneurship is also a part of entrepreneurship. Tenth point is women entrepreneur supports program in India. Let's see, going from the topic only. So basically, this slide actually explains about the world of entrepreneurship. Means if you want to become an entrepreneur, basically few of the key elements or the key points you should keep in your mind are like, for example, strategies: create, analyze, think, innovate, imagine, brainstorm, think, ask. If you are having all these key points and the keywords in your mind, you can ready to like swing into the air. Like as you see in the image, also a person has taken all these key points in the briefcase and is swinging towards the world of entrepreneurship. Please see the next slide. Now, the fourth slide I'm going to tell you that is a history of entrepreneurship. Before starting with the entrepreneurship, you should know about the history of the entrepreneurship also. It is a great achievement by the French people and the French scholars like Richard Cantillon and Jean Baptiste. They have used these words around in 1700 and 1800. And actually, entrepreneurship means to undertake. It is a French word. It was first coined in France. Basically, if you'll see the meaning also, that is written in the inverted commas, is the entrepreneur shifts economic resource out of an area of lower and into an area of a high productive and greater yield. Means you are shifting your things from lower productivity to higher productivity. What is the main role of an entrepreneur? Is shifting from lower productivity towards the higher productivity. And you will see the formula of productivity also. Productivity is equal to output upon input. That is, in less input, if you are giving high output, a man is an entrepreneur. A man is moving towards entrepreneurship. That is called productivity. Next, see what is written in the next slide. Many people want to learn also like what is difference between entrepreneur and entrepreneurship. Before reading the history and geography of the entrepreneurship, you should also know what is the basic difference between an entrepreneur and an entrepreneurship. Talking about entrepreneur and entrepreneurship, an entrepreneur can be a person, it can be a male also, it can be a female also, where whether as doing this type of thing, making new ideas, generating new ideas, creating nurturing new ideas, and propagating that ideas into the market is called entrepreneurship. Means the process is called entrepreneurship, and the person who is doing the thing is called an entrepreneur. This is what is the basic difference between an entrepreneur and entrepreneurship. Let's see according to the point wise also. First point is an entrepreneur is an individual, and whereas entrepreneurship, if we'll see, is a skill of generating ideas. It is an skills of generating ideas. Second point we'll see, an entrepreneur is a person, whether a male or a female. Means person can be a male also, can female also, whosoever is following entrepreneurship. Whereas if we'll talk about entrepreneurship, it is a process of starting a business and providing a new service or product to the public. And talking to the seeing the next difference, that is an entrepreneur is an innovator who has some unique and never seen ideas. Definitely, if I will talk about an entrepreneur, he's a very novel person, and the creation and the creativity is seen in the ideas and its creativity also. So a unique idea has been presented by an entrepreneur. Whereas if we talk about entrepreneurship, is a process that includes risk taking, planning, and execution. Execution means it is what it is a process. Definitely. Moving to the next slide. Let's see. Uh, we have seen that the history of the entrepreneurship. We have seen what is different between entrepreneur and entrepreneurship. We also should know what is the importance of entrepreneurship. Why we should know the importance of entrepreneurship? Because like if you are knowing the history, if you are knowing the geography, basically if you are trying something new, you should know the importance of that particular thing. So now today, not only in India, but also in the 195 countries, the importance of entrepreneurship has been like in a very full-fledged form. The government is also supporting, as well as the private institutions are also supporting for an entrepreneurship. Now, what is the basic importance of entrepreneurship? Let's see point wise. First is the creation of job opportunities. Okay, if you are doing entrepreneurship, then you are going to like create jobs. You are not a seeker of job. You will not look around the jobs. You will create jobs. Second point is creation of new business. Definitely, if you are making a new product, new innovation, a new business is to be started. Thirdly is like innovation. Definitely, we talk about novelty over here. Novelty is the primary source of entrepreneurship. So innovation will be there. Third point. The third importance we can say. The fourth importance here is leads to the better standard of living. Definitely, if you are making new products for the society, then they must be having good standards of living because people will use that product and their standard of living will be increased. Next point is like importance is supports research and development. Definitely, if you are making a new product, you have to do research also. Without research, you cannot make a new product. And if you are entering into a new product, research and development is the primary source. Next point is like next importance is promotes community development. Okay. Next importance is leads to increased productivity, as we already have discussed that productivity increases if you do entrepreneurship. Next point is creation of national wealth. Okay, national wealth is why we are saying about national wealth because if you are creating jobs, the job people who are getting jobs, they will get money and the national income will increase. So definitely the economics of the or the GDP you can say or the like national income per capita income of that particular country is going to be like increased. Next, we are talking about the next importance is contributes to the social welfare. Definitely, if you are making good things for the society, social welfare is being like leveraged. Now, taking to the next slide. Here are the few skills and duties of an entrepreneur. What are the basic skills and duties that an entrepreneur should follow? What are the basic skills? Like, let's see, optimum utilization of resources should be there. Next is ability to take risk should be there. Creation of goals should be there. Leadership quality should be there. Open-mindedness should be there. Knowledge, problem-solving skills. These are the few skills an entrepreneur should carry. If you want to become an entrepreneur, you should have all these type of skills. Like, for example, you should have optimum utilization of resources. It means your resources should be used in a very little format. In less input, you should be giving high input, high outputs. Second point is ability to take risk. Definitely, if you are going to take risk, then definitely you are going to make good profits also. Creation of goals should be there. There should be some goal for an entrepreneur. Leadership quality, entrepreneur leads the whole team, so he or she should have a leadership quality also. Open mindedness is like taking the or welcoming about new ideas. Entrepreneur should not be a stubborn person. He should not be listening like that. He should not listen to anyone. But instead of that, he should listen or she should listen the ideas, new ideas that are being generated by the co-employees. Knowledge of the product, definitely whatever you are going to deliver in the market, you should have that particular knowledge of that. Problem solving skills, yes, entrepreneur come across various problems in the life, in the organization, in the market. So he should or she should have the ability to solve that problems also. Next, moving to the next slide. Eligibility criteria. Eligibility criteria for entrepreneurship. Basically, there is no eligibility criteria for an entrepreneur or an entrepreneurship. You want to follow entrepreneurship, there is no eligibility criteria, means no special education is being required to become an entrepreneur. So, what is the basic thing is required to become an entrepreneur or to do entrepreneurship? Is first is passion and drive. You should have the passion to work as a businessman or an entrepreneur. Second is like you should have the problem solving skills. Third is financial acumen. You should have that particular type of financial institutions which can give you loans and financially they can support you. Next is like Next is like eligibility criteria for entrepreneurship is fourth point. If you'll see that marketing and sales skills should be there in any of the entrepreneur. A marketer can become an entrepreneur also, and an entrepreneur should be a marketer or a salesperson. He should be ready to sell his or her product into the market because without selling, you are not able to generate revenue. Networking skills. Definitely, a good entrepreneur should have networking skill because you have to float your product or propagate your product into the different markets. And if you are not having good networks, you won't be able to propagate your product into different markets. Sixth point is risk tolerance. Definitely, high amount of risk also is there if you are generating new businesses. A high risk is there, so entrepreneurs should have a tolerance ability to tolerate type of risk, various type of risk. It can be financial risk also, it can be any employee risk also, it can be monetary risk also, it can be non-monetary risk also. Various types of risk come across when we do business. Let's move to the next topic point. Now, as you are able to see on the screen, there are few colleges also which support entrepreneurship, which are seeding or which are nurturing entrepreneurship in their institute, not only in India but also in abroad. Also, let's talk few of the colleges which are giving or paying giving a payment or giving a base to entrepreneurship. First is Stanford University, second is Harvard Business School, third is MITI, next is University of Pennsylvania, and next is Babson College. These are the colleges which are working in abroad. Next, we see. Now, these are the few colleges which are working in India. Let's see which are the colleges which are working for entrepreneurship in India. Top colleges for entrepreneurship in India are first IIT, or you can say IAM, Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. Second is Indian School of Business, IISB. Then we have Xavier Labor Relations Institute. Then we have SP Jain Institute. Then we have Management Development Institute, MDI Gurgaon. So these are the few institutes which are working in India to give base to the entrepreneurship or the new entrepreneurs are nurturing over here. Let's see. Let's talk about the next slide. Now, as we are seeing on the screen, the types of entrepreneurship, there are various types of entrepreneurship which are prevailing in the market right now. We will start from the small business entrepreneurship. What is small business entrepreneurship? Small business represents an overwhelming majority of Indian entrepreneurs. Ventures people who establish small business entrepreneurs makes profits to support their families and live their modest lifestyle. For example, if we talk about small business entrepreneurs, they can be local hairdresser, grocery shops, milk booths, plumbers, carpenters, small boutiques, and part of small business entrepreneurship. These are all, you can say, small entrepreneurship which are working in the society for their hope. Next, moving to the second point, or second types of entrepreneurship. Second types of entrepreneurship is second large company entrepreneurship. Who are large company entrepreneurship? Let's talk. Companies with a finite life cycle display large company entrepreneurship. These companies sustain because of the innovation, and it is the best choice for the advanced professional who know how sustain an innovation. When you work in a large company, you are likely to be a part of a large level. Or we can say when we are doing some large type of work, high amount of money is involved, high amount of risk is involved. That is we call a large company entrepreneurship. Third is scalable startup entrepreneurship. This type of entrepreneurship starts with a unique idea that can bring a change from creating a business plan to launching it. Means if your plan is in the mind, it is called creation. And when creation comes to when you make a product which is tangible product, means you are launching that product, and it is a scalable startup entrepreneurship. Keeping your idea in the mind is called creation, but keeping your idea in the mind and then creating that idea into a tangible product is called innovation. That is called scalable startup entrepreneurship. Next, moving to the next type of entrepreneurship. Let's see. Now, as on the slide, you are seeing types of entrepreneurs. The fourth type is international entrepreneurship, which are working for in the other countries also. They are called international entrepreneurs or international entrepreneurship. Social entrepreneurship, we can say. Social entrepreneurs is a type of entrepreneurship in which entrepreneur recognize a social problem and tailor the activities to create social value. Social value means they are working for the society and the welfare of the society. Next one, next, if you'll see the type of entrepreneur is the environmental entrepreneur. Those entrepreneurs which are working for the benefit of the environment means they are creating that product that are biodegradable and they follow ecopreneurship. This type of entrepreneurs are called environmental entrepreneur or process is called environmental entrepreneurship. We have technopreneurship also. Technopreneurs is what you get on uniting technology entrepreneurship. It is also known as technology entrepreneurship. When you are working for the technology serving, it is called techno entrepreneurs or technopreneur entrepreneurship. Then we have hustler entrepreneurs. Hustler entrepreneurs are or hustler entrepreneurship is a self-started motivated by their goals and aspirations to succeed in entrepreneurship. So let's talk about the ninth type of entrepreneurship, that is innovative entrepreneurship. The foundation of innovative entrepreneurship is invention and new ideas. Definitely, if you are having new ideas, novelty in your ideas, you are called an innovative entrepreneur, or the process is called innovative entrepreneurship. Next is imitative entrepreneurship. As with the word itself says, imitative entrepreneurs are the people who copy the other entrepreneurs and make the same product, but having some type of difference, some point of difference is there, that these type of entrepreneurs are called imitative entrepreneurs or entrepreneurship. The process is called entrepreneurship. 11th type of entrepreneurship is the researcher entrepreneurship. Researchers are those who conduct in-depth research on the market and opportunities before launching their business. Means they are mainly focused on the research things. These type of entrepreneurs are called researcher entrepreneurs. Next is cyberpreneur and entrepreneurship, or you can say cyberpreneurship. Cyberpreneurs or the cyber entrepreneurs are the people who leverage the benefits of information technology to do business. Means what we the people who are working on the online service portal like Amazon, Myntra, and all that stuff which are following the IT technologies and IT things in them are called cyberpreneur or the cyberpreneurs, or you can say the process called cyberpreneurship. Let's talk about the next topic. As on the slide, now on the slide, as you are saying that government is also supporting nowadays. They are supporting entrepreneurs because if we will talk about India, India is also leveraging in entrepreneurship. It has leveraged a lot from, like if you say from in 2014 to 2023, high amount of people who are following entrepreneurship because of the various programs that are being run by the Indian government. But apart from that, we are going to see few of the supporting institutes or supporting schemes that supports entrepreneurship. Let's see what is written on the slide. Also, government strategies to leverage entrepreneurship in India. Here I am presenting some of the top strategies or schemes which are leveraging the entrepreneurs in India. There are 21 government schemes for startup in India. Let's see what are these schemes. Here are the few schemes given by the government of India. Top government schemes for startup in India are Startup Leadership Program, that is called SLP, the Stand Up India Scheme. Next is Startup India Initiative, Atal Innovation Mission, Startup India Seed Fund Scheme, Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, Credit Guarantee Trust Fund, Venture Capital Assistance Scheme, Single Point Registration Scheme, Aspire, Raw Material Assistance Scheme, Design Clinic Scheme. These are the few 21 schemes that have been given by Indian government to support entrepreneurship in India. Let's see to the few schemes also. Here are Here are few some other schemes also of government, like some other governmental schemes. Let's see what are the some other governmental schemes that support entrepreneurs in India. The government of India has undertaken several initiatives and instituted policy measures to foster a culture of innovation, on entrepreneurs in India. We, with a significant and unique demographic advantage in India, however, has immense potential to innovate, raise entrepreneurs, and create jobs for the benefit of the nation and the world. As you all seeing that India is heading towards entrepreneurship, a lot amount of schemes are also headed by the Indian government also. Let's see what are the few other schemes apart from these 21 schemes which are leveraging entrepreneurship. Let's see. These are the few logos of these schemes that I'll tell you in the next slide. Like Skill Development India, Startup India, then we have PMKVC, then Skill India. These are the few Make in India, are the few programs run by Indian government. Let's see. Let's talk about the first scheme that is called the Startup India. What is Startup India? Through the Startup India initiative, government in India promotes entrepreneurs by mentoring, nurturing, and facilitating startup throughout their life cycles. When people or the new boys and girls who want to become entrepreneur, India is supporting them. Indian government is supporting them with a 360-degree approach to enable startups. The initiative provides a comprehensive 4 weeks free online learning program. Means you can learn entrepreneurship and what are the various factors which leads to the entrepreneurship. How can you become a good and a successful entrepreneur? There is a 360-degree program we are running in Startup India. More importantly, funds means has been created to help startup in. Without fund, you cannot run in entrepreneurship. So how can you gain financial things in your organization? How can you start up your organization with a good financial institute which supports you? This has also been told in the Startup India program. Let's see the next program run by the government of India, that is called Make in India program. And the logo is also been given in this slide. It's a lion, Make in India. The Make in India initiative was launched in September 2014. It came as a powerful call of Indian citizens and business leaders, and an initiative to potential partners and investors around the world of the overhauled outdated processes of policies and centralized information about the opportunities in Indian manufacturing sector. This has in turn helped procedures, investors, foster innovation. It's the same thing. Means if you are like wanting to become an entrepreneur, Make in India is another scheme given by Indian government, which has been started in September 2014. September 2014. Let's see the next slide. That is Atal Innovation Mission. That is short form. We can say abbreviation is AIM. AIM is the government of India endeavors to promote a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship in technology-driven areas in order to foster curiosity, creativity, and imagination. Right at the school, Atal incubation centers are program aim to create, build, innovate, startup business which are scalable and sustainable. Means the basic format of AIM or the Atal Innovation Mission is the scalable and sustainable programs. Let's see to the next slide. Now, this is the next slide. Support to training and employment program for women. Definitely, if you're talking about the male person, we should talk about the woman person also. And if you'll see the graph also, 80% of the entrepreneurship is followed by male, and 20% of the less than 20% is being followed by women also. So, being a citizen of India and being people of India or the government of India should support women entrepreneurship also. Let's see what is the steps involved or steps given by the Indian government to support women entrepreneurship. First is the called STEP. The STEP was launched in the government of India, India's Ministry of Women and Child Development to the train women with no access to formal skills training facilities, especially in rural India. Means STEP was a strategy, or you can say a scheme, which was launched in the rural India to support women entrepreneurship. Second point is like Ministry of the Skills Development and Entrepreneurship and NITI Ayog, Niti Ayog, we can say, recently drafted the guidelines to reaches all India women above 16 years of age to impart skills in several sectors such as agriculture, horticulture, food processing, handlooms, tradition, craft like embroideries, travel and tourism, hospital, computer, and IT services. These are the few like elements, or you can say parts where women entrepreneurs gets support from the Indian government through STEP strategy. Let's see the next point. Next slide. Next slide is like about the Biotechnology Industry Research Assistance Council. We can say BIRAC also. BIRAC is a not for profit public sector enterprise set up by Department of Biotechnology to strengthen and empower engineering biotechnology enterprise. It aims to embed strategic research and innovation in all biotech enterprises and bridge the existing gaps between the industry and the academia. Means these biotechnology industry research assistant is basically for biotechnology people and the people who are into the biotechnology. If they want to advance in these technologies, Indian government is providing them through BIRAC. This is called a next strategy also. Let's to move to the next part. This is called Startup India. What is Startup India? Startup India was launched in 2015. Stand Up India seeks to leverage institution for the credit for the benefit of Indian privileged. It aims to enable economic participation. Definitely, Startup India is working for the people to inbuild the power of the qualities of entrepreneurship in them, to inculcate the qualities of entrepreneurship in them, and people from the like scheduled caste and people from the various small backgrounds can come into it and can become an entrepreneur. It was given in launch or launched in 2015, and around you can say it has granted a loan of rupees 1 million to rupees 10 million to set up greenfield enterprise in manufacturing services and the trading sector. Next, moving to the next strategy or the next scheme. Next scheme is as we are able to say on the screen, trade related entrepreneurship assistance and development. This is also called THREAD. To address the critical issues and the assess the credit among India's unprivileged women, the THREAD program enables credit and availability to the interested women through non-government organizations and NGO. THREAD is also a program which helps women entrepreneurs. As we all know that women entrepreneurship also should leverage in India because a very small amount of women entrepreneur are being seen in India. Only 80% people, 80%, if we talk about 80% entrepreneurship has been dealt by the male people and 20% entrepreneurship is dealt by the women. So we should give them also some platforms and schemes to endeavor. Let's move to the next slide. Now, the next slide is Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. We can also address it like PMKVY. It is a flagship initiative by the Ministry of the Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, that is MSTE. This is a skill certification initiative that aims to train youth and industry related skills to enhance opportunities for livelihood, creation, and employable. Training and assessment fees means if you are entering into a Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, they not only train you but also make you a good entrepreneur and they keep a watch on it also. And as they take a follow up of all that things also. Means it's not only they are giving you the training, but they are also like settling up with your new products and services into the market. Let's see. Next point. Next scheme is, as you are able to see, next scheme is National Skill Development Mission (NSDC), which was launched in July 2015. As you are seeing that most of the schemes and the strategies are being launched after 2014. After 2014, as I have already said, entrepreneurship has boomed in India. Let's see this point. National Skill Development Mission launched in July 2015. The mission aims to build synergies across sectors and states in skilled industries and initiative with a vision to build a skilled India. It is designed to expedite decision making across sectors to provide skills at scale without compromising on quality or speed. Means it is being launched in 2050 and it is like designed for the skillful things and people who are skilled and they want to endeavor in entrepreneurship, they can come and join this type of program which is called National Skill Development Mission. Let's move to the next strategy of the Indian government. National, as you are all able to see, National Skill Development Mission. This is also a scheme launched by Indian government. The seven sub-missions proposed across the India are institutional training, infrastructure, coverage, trainers, overseas employment, sustainable livelihood, leveraging public infrastructure. Means these are the few points which are being covered in National Skill Development Mission. They will not only train you, but also they will going to make a product or service, whichever you want to cater into the market, and they will market it also. They will tell you how to market your product also. Let's move to the next thing or the next slide. As I have already said, I will talk to you in my slide about women entrepreneurship also because women entrepreneurs are also, we should support them in order to make a parallel uniform environment for women also in the society. Here are the 9 schemes for women entrepreneurs in India. If you'll see India, or if you'll see like Indian government, they are supporting women entrepreneurship through various various programs. But before starting with the women entrepreneurship programs given by Indian government, we should first know what is women entrepreneur, or who or all are the people who are called women entrepreneurship or women entrepreneurs. A woman entrepreneur is defined. It is a definition as you are seeing. Enterprise owned and controlled by a woman means only women are controlling the organization, and 51% shares are being taken by the woman only. Means 51% of the capital is given by the woman. Means it is in the hold of women's. And if you see the next paragraph, that is women entrepreneurs may be defined as a woman or the group of women who initiate, organize, and run business concern. uh, Skumter was a psychologist who said that women entrepreneurs are those women who innovate, initiate, and adopt a business activity. Definitely, women are the one who generate many things, so definitely they are going to generate innovations also. Let's see uh, why women should become an entrepreneur. Why there is a why in everywhere in the society. So why women should become an entrepreneur? These are the few answers why women should become an entrepreneur. To become economically independent, yes, women should be also economically independent. They should not be dependent on the like males only. Second, to establish their own enterprise. Third, to establish their identity in the society. Fourth, to achieve excellence in the and their endeavor to build confidence to themselves. 6 point is to develop risk assuming ability to claim equal status in the society. Definitely, now in the 21st century, women and men both should have equal status in the society. So, women entrepreneurs should come. Let's move to the next slide. Now, as we are able to see on this screen, women entrepreneurs support programs in India. Indian government supporting women through these type of like you can say schemes. First scheme is thread scheme, as we have already discussed. Second is Bharatiya Mahila Bank. And the third is LSNCGTSI from Andhra Bank, which is supporting women entrepreneurs. Fourth is Akshay Mahila Arthik Sahaya Yojana. They are also supporting, means they are funding women entrepreneurship. If any woman want to take loan, they can like contact Bank of Baroda for that. Next is next scheme that you can also see on the screen is fifth is schemes for professional and self-employed women, is running under the Oriental Bank of Commerce. Next is Dena Shakti scheme, which is running under Dena Bank. Next is Shri Shakti package, State Bank of India is running it. Then we have Kent Kalyani, which is run by Central Bank. Then this scheme is also run by SIDBI, which is called Marketing Fund for Women, the MFW. Let's see the next thing. Now, as on the screen, you are seeing these are the few famous women entrepreneurs of our society, Indian society, which are like you can say Prabha, Dr. Komal, Dr. Akila, Vijaya, Divyanshi, and all such people. These are the 12 most you can say successful women entrepreneur in India. Few examples of women entrepreneurs. These are the like 15 new, or the you can say very new entrepreneurs of India of 2023, 2023. Few of them are on your screen. These are the examples of the like leading entrepreneurs in 2023, young entrepreneurs. And now I'm showing you the most relevant, or most you can say also know them because they are coming in a like serial, or you can say there was a serial named Shark Tank in India, in which Vinita Singh, you can say Vinita Singh, Piyush Bansal from Lenskart, Ghazal, Ashneer, Grover, Aman Gupta, Namita, Anupam. These are the big entrepreneurs of Shadi.com, Lens.com, Sugar, and you can see these are few entrepreneurs who are leveraging GDP of our country also, and they are innovating, giving new product to the society also. They are working for the economics of the country, the society of the country, innovation of the country, and entrepreneurship of the country. Let's see the next slide. Now, in the next slide, I would like to thank you for listening my lecture, and hope we'll meet in the next session. Thank you for this session. I'm Sharat Chandra from Goyal Institute of Technology, Lucknow. Thank you.